Kilarigbo Live TV.
2. Mr. Yobami Sodiq, aka Spending. Sodiq is a friend to Mohbad who invited the auxiliary nurse to treat the deceased. He's been suspected of conspiracy in the death of the singer. His action in inviting a person known to him as an auxiliary nurse to attend to the deceased under a non-clinical setting occasioned Mohbad's death. He's been held for conspiracy to commit felony. Ibrahim Oluwatosin Owoduni, aka Prime Boy. He's a childhood friend of Mohbad. He attended the show at Ikorodu in Mohbad's company on 10th September 2023. At the end of the show, Mohbad and Ibrahim were engaged in a violent fight during which Mohbad was injured. The management of the injury subsequently resulted in his death. So he's been treated as a suspect. Samson Balogun Eletu, aka Sam Larry, is a suspect who was arrested on allegation of being complicit in the death, as well as in relation to the videos that have gone viral about bullying and assault, which in some quarters we believe perhaps had any link with his eventual death. He was arrested, he's still in detention. Abdulaziz Fashola, aka Naira Marley, was also arrested and is still currently in detention for similar allegations. Other actions that have been undertaken by the Special Investigation Team include exhumation, autopsy, and toxicology tests, which were undertaken on 21st September 2023. The results of the autopsy and the toxicology tests are being awaited. Investigation letters were also dispatched officially to National Drug and Law Enforcement Agency with a view to getting their official representations on the allegations raised in one of the videos by the deceased about his experience when he was arrested. We also forwarded investigation letters to Nigeria Medical Association, the Pharmacists Council of Nigeria, with a view to getting their expert opinion on the conduct and processes of the principal suspect, the auxiliary nurse, in attending to Mohbad. Letters were also dispatched to the CMD, Cornerstone Hospital, Akute, Ogun State, to clarify the role of the hospital in the training of the principal suspect. And from the inquiries, we did that she's not just an auxiliary nurse. Currently, she has no job, so she operates from home to attend to anybody. So she's a quack, by our own definition, who is a freelancer. Letters were also dispatched to Nigeria Immigration Service with a view to confirming the travel history of some of the suspects, particularly Naira Marley and Sam Larry. Investigation was extended also to CMD Kuramed Hospital and the CMD Perez Hospital, where the lead singer was taken to as brought in dead. Statements were recorded from them and their staff. Crime scene visits. Detectives have also visited the residence of the deceased at Lekki. The intention was to review the CCTV footage in the house. Unfortunately, the CCTV was out of order. It's not been functional even before this incident. However, the visit led to the recovery of remnants of drugs and injections and other test kits administered by the auxiliary nurse, including 1 tetanus toxoid injection, 3 used syringes, 2 used syringes filled with suspected medicine content, 1 packet of ceftriaxone solution, procaine penicillin injection, empty broken pack of diclofenac injection, paracetamol diluted with water, water for injection, 6 hand gloves, 1 bandage, 1 plaster, and 1 iodine solution. Also separately recovered is the mobile phone of the deceased. All have been registered as exhibits. We also visited, the investigation team also visited Kura Med Hospital, Perez Hospital, Chandelier Nightclub, VI, which represents one of the scenes where the deceased in the viral video was assaulted, and Elegushi Beach also. Medical opinion. In addition, as part of investigative efforts that are aimed at obtaining expert opinion in the likely cause of death of Mohbad through a professional review of the actions of auxiliary nurse Feyisayo Ogedengbe, the principal suspect. On 26 September 2023, a team of medical doctors, pharmacists, and nurses drawn from the Pharmacists Council of Nigeria, Nigeria Medical Association, and the Nigeria Police Force Medical Services jointly interviewed the auxiliary nurse. A detailed report, which is being utilized as an expert opinion and critical evidence of high prosecutorial value, has been submitted. It specifically identified some illegal acts and professional negligence in the manner the drugs were administered on the deceased by the principal suspect. The report also confirmed that as an auxiliary nurse, Ms. Feyisayo does not have the competence, knowledge, brief, or certification to diagnose, prescribe, or administer drugs and injections on patients, as she was supposed to work under the directive and supervision of a qualified medical doctor or nurse while on duty. The report also strongly projected that there is a link between the medical negligence of auxiliary nurse Feyisayo Ogedengbe and the death of Mohbad. Sequence of events directly accounting for the death of Mohbad. Based on investigation, this represents the sequence of events that eventually culminated in his death. On 10th September 2023, Ireoluwa Oladimeji Aloba, aka Mohbad, attended a musical concert at Ikorodu Town Hall at about 21:00 hours on the invitation of one Soso Soberekon to promote the General Bitters beverages, which he's marketing. Mohbad arrived the venue of the event at about 19:00 hours in company of his wife, Mrs. Cynthia Omowumi Adebanjo, and their 5-month-old baby. His childhood friend, Ibrahim Oluwatosin Owoduni Prime Boy, and Mohbad's personal assistant, Adeyemo Boluwatife, alias Darosa, all of whom were in the Prado Jeep, which was hired by Mohbad for the event and driven by Felix Esambo. Others that accompany Mohbad in separate vehicles include Ayobami Sadiq, Spending, Aduragbemi Shedrack Aloba, who is the younger brother of Mohbad, Ajisegiri Sultan Ayobami, Mohbad's DJ, Aderinto Fawaz Ademola Adewest, Mohbad's friend, and Olanriwaji Idris Adedoja, alias OG, his photographer. Other musical acts that performed along with Mohbad at the show included Zlatan, Seun Kuti, and DJ Fokati. At the end of his performance at about 23:00 hours, As he made to exit the venue with his entourage, he discovered that his vehicle had been blocked by other vehicles, while some of his fans and area boys also mobbed him. Mohbad, who from witnesses' evidence was said to be tipsy and hyperactive, became infuriated, and as he attempted to come down to clear the road, Ibrahim, his friend, prevailed on him not to do so for his personal safety. This further infuriated Mohbad, and it eventually degenerated into a hot argument between the two of them and physical fight. In the course of an attempt by Mohbad to hit Ibrahim with a blow, Mohbad missed him and smashed his hand against the window of their Prado Jeep, causing him an injury on his forehand, and he bled profusely. Eventually, the situation was brought under control, and they all departed for the Lekki residence of Mohbad, excluding Ibrahim. Upon arrival at home at about 0200 hours of 11 September 2023, Mohbad refused to go to the hospital to treat his injury, despite persistent persuasion by his wife, staffs, and friends, including the Prado Jeep driver, whose vehicle was damaged. Later in the day, the injured hand, which was still bleeding on the second day, started getting swollen, causing Mohbad unbearable pains. How it got swollen by the second day. So at this point, his friend Ayobami Sodiq Spending, who noticed the increasing pains, further insisted that he must go to the hospital for treatment. Mohbad still resisted and opted to call his personal nurse, identified as Nurse Fumi, who unfortunately was not available. At this point, Ayobami Sodiq Spending offered to call his own nurse to attend to Mohbad. That nurse turned out to be the auxiliary nurse, Ms. Feisayo Ogedengbe, a suggestion that Mohbad consented to. When Ms. Feisayo was contacted at about 14:30 hours on Monday, 11 September 2023, she was unavailable but promised to come the following day, being Tuesday, 12 September 2023. Ahead of her arrival, she requested that the picture of the swollen hand/injury area be videoed and snapped and sent to her for assessment to guide on the medication to come along with. This was eventually done. At about 14:35 hours on 12th September 2023, Ms. Feisayo eventually arrived armed with one pack of ceftriaxone injection, one vial paracetamol injection, tetanus toxoid injection, one vial procaine penicillin injection, 7 ampoules of IM diclofenac, tincture iodine, several needles, and syringes. Ms. Feisayo administered the tetanus toxoid on the arm of Mohbad and gave both the paracetamol and ceftriaxone injection intravenously. Immediately, the ceftriaxone injection was administered. Ms. Feisayo confirmed that Mohbad started vomiting, while goose pimples appeared on his face and all over his body. At this point, it dawned on Ms. Feisayo that Mohbad was reacting to the administered medications. She consequently ran out to procure hydro and Nizafane infusion. While at the pharmacy in the locality, she got a call that Mohbad had started convulsing. Eventually, Cynthia Omoduni Adebanjo, Adura Agbemi Shedrack Aloba, Olanrewaju Idris Adedoja, Ayinde Habib Ido Daramola, Aderinto Fawaz and Miss Feisayo rushed him to the hospital in the vehicle of engineer China Jesse, their neighbor. Unfortunately, he was pronounced dead on arrival at Kurabed Hospital, Lekki. Not convinced, the team moved his body to Perez Hospital, Lekki, where his death was recertified. A death certificate was later issued by Kuramed Hospital. Mohbad's father, who had earlier been contacted on the development, late Mohbad's house, and after a short meeting, resolved to move the body to Ikorodu for burial, which was done the following day, 13 September 2023, at about 14:00 hours. This is the narrative.
Ìkànnì amúlùdún àkọ́kọ́ tó ń gbé àṣà àti ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ Yorùbá lárugẹ.
Atagbantagba lóde tagbangba ló ti pápá tó ní kí ló ní tagbangba ó ṣe.
Àwọn gbàǹkọ́gbì alárinrin ètò ọ̀dọ́ wa ló sodo sí.
Mo lè má lè sọ òyìnbó púpọ̀ but nínú Yorùbá tí mo ń sọ àwọn kan yọ Yorùbá ń bẹ̀.
Ṣé báwa náà kọ́ Ọlọ́run ọba ni kámú láti Kilarigbo Unlimited.
Kilarigbo Unlimited ládùn ètò tí kò láfiwé.
Alárakúàrà.
Orí ètò Alárakúàrà ní àwàyè lórí Kilarigbo TV.
Mo lo ata, tomatoes, àlùbọ́sà, ẹyin, mo lo carrot, mo dẹ̀ tún fi hot dog náà sí.
Mélòó la fẹ́ kà nínú eyín Adépèlé KPK kò gbọ̀kẹ̀. Kilarigbo ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ká ṣe àkálẹ̀ àwọn ayẹyẹ lọ́nà tí ìgbàlódé léyìí tẹ́yìn ó sì gbádùn ẹ̀.
Ọba sọ́yọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ jábẹ́sì padà, ìwọ ni Olúwa wá fàyè mi ṣe yanu.
Kilarigbo Live TV gbọ́ ń pa ẹ̀. Fún ìpolówó ọjà tàbí àkálẹ̀ èyíkéyìí ayẹyẹ tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ṣe ìyún event coverage pẹ̀lú owó tí ò gani lára. Kilarigbo Live TV ẹ̀rọ amóhùnmáwòrán tíá.